Hey guys, All the Way with Alloway here at Outfest 2013 with the producers and directors of the film Valencia, Michelle T. and Hilary Goldberg. How are you guys doing?
Good, great.
Good, awesome. So I'm curious, this started with your novel. So what made you decide to make it into a film?
Well, I think that every writer wants their book to be made into a film, and I'm surrounded by filmmakers, so it's this really funny thing of like, it's so close yet it's so far, because all of my filmmaker friends are pretty much like underground, and some people have been able to step up and do their first feature, other people are sort of in the pipeline to that, and it would be a lot to ask any one person, hey, make my book into a movie, you know, when I have no resources to offer them. But I thought, God, everyone is so wily, and they're such hustlers, everyone knows how to put together a short, so it'd be easier probably to get 18 filmmakers to each shoot a chapter than one filmmaker to shoot 18 chapters.
Yeah. And you guys worked together previously in 2007. And so when did you come on board for this project? What about it inspired you to produce it?
Well, I was lucky enough to be there when Michelle had the idea of bringing on a bunch of filmmaker friends. That
you were there in the moment.
I was there in the moment.
Was it like a dinner over a glass of wine?
No, it was at a film festival. It was in San Francisco at Frameline, or during that time, during June, during the Arts Month.
I think we were actually maybe at a bar after a screening at
That's
Frameline,
really
and just talking about it. And I was with Hilary and 3 other filmmakers who are now part of this project. And I was like, oh, I always had this idea. And people jumped on it. And I was like, really? You guys would do it? So
yeah, it was an exciting idea, and I think the time's right. And Michelle started my film in the spotlight, and so we had already worked together, and we're friends. And Michelle would have filmmakers over every year in June, and we would all share work with each other. So I think there was an organic component to it, so where some of the filmmakers involved in this project also would be a part of that community. So.
And why was it important to? So you have 21 different filmmakers involved, or is it 18?
We have 20 filmmakers and 18 chapters, so there's a couple of pairs, a couple of filmmaking duos.
And why was it important to make Michelle different as far as gender and sex and race in every single short, which I appreciate. So was that an intention, or kind of every filmmaker came to you saying, this is my idea for what this is?
It was my hope that it would be that mixed up and that diverse, and it was a product of giving the filmmakers total creative free reign and saying, do your thing. You know, who does Michelle look like to you? What do you want her to look like? What does this whole thing look like to you? And go crazy.
Yeah.
And I had the rare opportunity of being initially a director and not taking on this larger role until later. So I just got to pick a Michelle, and that was so fun, as I'm sure every director had that experience of finding their Michelle. And it is the spectrum and the fluidity of that protagonist that makes me so happy to be a producer and have a larger role on this project. And I feel it's such a gift to work with all of the filmmakers and have their visions connected in this cohesive way around Michelle's memoir, and then to sort of liberate the text to now with like this fluid protagonist, and yeah, it's fun.
And is there a particular short that, I mean, besides your own, that you connected with? Because I think the great thing about this film is everyone's going to walk away with maybe 1 or 2 of those particular stories that they personally connect with. Did you guys have one that was kind of your favorite? You're like, a favorite? Never.
I mean, the thing is that I feel like I've fallen a little bit in love with every single Michelle. Like, I feel like this, I'm like, what is this weird feeling I have towards all of these, actors and actresses? I feel like they're all like my little sister or something. Like, I just love them up there, just, doing some sort of like weird version of what I did in my 20s. Right. And so they're all so different. They're really wonderful. Some are very literal and stuck very close to the story. And looked like they had a fantastic time recreating like 90s Mission District San Francisco and got really into it. And and others are just really kind of weird and just made things like very different. Some people use documentary in a very surprising way. Other people sort of did mashups and sampling in really funny ways. So it's just it's such a great grab bag of films. I don't know if I could pick one.
Well, and I think it's great for a festival like Outfest because you do have such a wide range of people attending as far as your audience goes. So for you guys, what are you excited about this festival? What makes you think that, this film is going to do well, and who do you want to connect with? What's the experience going to be like, do you think? Has it screened yet?
It screened in San Francisco. Yeah.
Okay.
We had a really big screening there. I'm really happy to see, it's a movie that's very largely about San Francisco, so it was wonderful to premiere in San Francisco, and now I'm really ready to take it out of San Francisco and see how other audiences respond to it.
I want to hear a little bit about Radar, your production company, because I think it's fantastic that both of you guys work not only in film. You kind of there's a broader compass to your work. So tell me about building Radar from the ground up and how you've kind of navigated that.
Well, for 20 years as a writer who didn't see a lot of stages and a lot of platforms and venues for writers like me being outspokenly queer, working class, feminist, there weren't a lot of places for me to bring my work when I was just starting out in the 90s. So right from that beginning, I started creating events. I started booking shows. I started booking tours and just doing all this work. And after doing that for, a decade, I sort of got some help and made it into a nonprofit so that it was more sustainable and that I could make a living off of it and could bring some more resources to the writers that I'm working with. But now we're amazing. We've been doing it under the nonprofit auspices for 10 years. We have a monthly reading series at the San Francisco Public Library that's been going on for a decade. Wow. We have an annual international tour that we take writers and performance artists across North America. We've done one of Europe. We do an annual free queer writers retreat where people apply, and we have a panel of judges, and we bring them.
So many friends. I'm like, I have to tell them about
Put them in touch with us. I'm always looking for new writers to support and bring into the fold. Right now we have a waiting list of writers that it's about 450 people long who want to start, get brought into the reading series and stuff. But I'm always making it grow longer. I want to get all those people in there. We do a lot of stuff. We do a poetry chapbook contest. We're now publishing with City Lights Books, which is the famous City Lights who published Allen Ginsberg and went to court for Howl. They're letting us publish 2 books a year under Sister Spit Books. So we're doing a lot of stuff.
That's fantastic.
Thanks a lot.
There's so many, I think, people out there who have a voice and they don't get paid and they don't have the opportunity to speak their voice. It's kind of stifled by the big studio system and all of that good stuff.
Or the big publishing system or all the big mainstream crushing systems,
Well, congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
It's All the Way with Alloway at Outfest 2013.